On behalf of UC Berkeley and the Division of Equity and Inclusion, welcome to the second UC Chicanx Latinx Leadership Summit. At Berkeley, we affirm the importance to recognize that the land on which our campus sits is also known as Huichin, the ancestral and unceded land of the Muecma Ohlone tribe, successor of the Verona Band of Alameda County. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge this significance, to honor the many contributions that Native Americans have made to Berkeley, to UC Berkeley, both past and present, and I also to acknowledge that we continue to benefit from the use of this native land. My name is Oscar Dubon. My preferred pronouns are he, him. I am Vice Chancellor for Equity and Inclusion at UC Berkeley, and I'm also a professor in Material Science and Engineering at Berkeley. If you're interested in Material Science and Engineering, come and ask me. Love to talk about it. I am delighted to welcome both our in-person summit participants and our colleagues who are joining us today via live streaming. So I mentioned that a little earlier, that we're live streaming. We're also recording today's events. The live streaming has been sponsored by UCSF. Thank you very much. Really grateful. We also thank UC Office of the President for its support. This event could not have taken place without that support, but also importantly, could not have taken place without the spectacular commitment of an incredibly dedicated group of our colleagues, including from this campus, from UCOP, and other UC campuses. I ask our local organizers from Berkeley and UCOP, our members of our UC-wide Summit Advisory Group, and other volunteers to please stand. This is a really well-deserved round of applause. I also wish to thank our panelists, presenters, moderators, and others who are bringing real substance to this event. Content matters, and I am very excited by the richness of the content that is reflected in the two-day program, including the first day, which was structured intentionally to appeal to summit attendees and for viewers through live stream. About 14 months ago, I announced at the first summit that Berkeley would host the second summit. I did not know what I was getting myself into, and therefore I am extremely grateful to all the volunteers. But here we are. In its infancy as an annual event, the summit is nevertheless important as a commitment and recognition by UC that Latinx leadership is central to this, the world's most important and impactful public university system. There is no doubt about that. There is a deep urgency to this, to advancing Latinx leadership within the UC. I know that you all feel this urgency. I feel it on a daily basis. Now and in the coming year, much heavy lifting will rest on us, we as staff and faculty, as voters in California, to rethink and transform those structures and practices that perpetuate whiteness as the norm for scholarship, curriculum, and governance, so that UC serves California in the 21st century and is a place of belonging, not just for Latinos, for our community, but for members of all communities in California and beyond. I am truly excited by the opportunities that this challenge presents, because for every challenge, there's an opportunity, and that's how we need to think about it. I hope that this summit will serve as an opportunity for networking, for learning, and for rethinking. Before we begin the program, I wish to make some announcements that actually Lupez Gallego Diaz, Director of Chicano X Latinx Student Development Office and pillar of the Latinx community at Berkeley, and beyond, will be making. Oh, and by the way, there are now index cards for questions if you don't want to be recorded.
Buenos días. So welcome to UC Berkeley. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Thank you all for being here. And thank you, Oscar, for your leadership in this second Leadership Summit. So primeramente, housekeeping, things and announcements. One, we are moving into the new century of technology. Some of us are having, even myself, a hard time using the guidebook. So I am asking everybody to try hard this morning to use your guidebook. One, to create your profile, because you should have done it already. Two, because we have updated agenda items since this morning, if some of you already looked at it. And the third one is we want you to know who your speakers are. We also want you to think about connecting with each other throughout the day and to connecting with others. So again, please, some of us, I know it's hard for some of us to use the new technology. And actually, my daughter helped me download mine a couple of weeks ago. And so I just acknowledge her. She's here in the audience volunteering today. So, gracias, Ellie. And the second thing, we did have a particular for our live audience who are listening to us today. So Hilda has moved now to be our lunch speaker. And so we will have our faculty, Dr. Frances Contreras, be actually speaking before her, so setting the tone for us, which is great. Also, bathrooms on to the right and to the left. And we also have some upstairs. Another one. Do not lose your beverage ticket behind your name. We will not be handing out others. And you have a wonderful gift in front of you from the campus. The campus is going to a 2020 green. We're asking you to use those cups for your water and your beverages today. So you can start with that. And refreshments, again, inside, and we have some outside. And I just, from the bottom of my heart, really, the planning committee and the steering committee, really want to darles gracias a todos ustedes for being here today as we take the leadership on for the UC system, because we are the new leaders for UC. Gracias.